The same concept.
The same location.
2 photographers.
2 different results.
The concept. All right, so I would like to introduce these lovely 2 people. I don't know if you guys got to meet them. This is Patrick and Emmy, and they both work at Sigma. They're also my friends. They're also really cool people, but they're going to be giving us the concept for today. So let's hope that it's in the studio. Thank you.
I'm refusing to shoot this.
Please.
Okay, episode 5, twins. Brooke's choice of location.
I like you.
I like this. Okay, so twins. I've never really worked with this concept before, which is exciting because it's not something that's like abnormal for me. It's not like it's Lindsay saying, okay, you have to shoot like futuristic supermodel or something.
Yeah.
But I've still never done it. And the first thing that I think of when I think of twins is like conjoined twins and something very strange.
There's
and
a
weird
shot of a naked person in your portfolio where their heads are joined.
Okay, yes.
That's, I think, of twins.
Yes.
Just thinking about it.
Because I know because there's butts in their head. Their
I
necks are together.
affectionately call that picture the butts.
The butts.
Oh.
I love
Anyways,
that shot. It's weird.
So I'm gonna challenge myself too and pick a location that I've never been to, but I think I would like, which is Coney Island.
Oh, that's very New York. That's fun. When I'm shooting, if it is still raining, I'm gonna have to find an overhang or something because
We'll get you a tarp.
Yeah, like high-end shoots, if it's raining, they don't shoot in the rain. They will go indoors, you'll totally change it. Or, because usually you can't actually postpone shoots, I don't know if you knew that in fashion, because typically, unless it's the highest end, you get your clothing pulled for a day, maybe 2. But, let's say I have everyone scheduled for Saturday and it's raining, I can just schedule it to the next day because people have jobs, they have life, they have other gigs that they're hired for, and you can't keep the clothes for 5 days. So you've got to shoot it the day you've got it. You don't have any choice. So I have to adapt all the time. Usually my adaptation is shooting in the studio.
Mm-hmm.
But for this, I'm guessing Coney Island, there's got to be overhang. Like the boardwalk, I've been there once, and I feel like there's some little overhang areas. So I don't know. I'll figure it out. There'll be something. Or I'll just like, I don't know, have Brooke hold umbrellas over the whole time.
I trust you. You'll do something good.
Okay.
I want to get on a roller coaster
Oh, that would
and
be-
shoot.
Do you think you think you will?
Yeah.
Does that work for how you shoot? Oh, cool. I want to see it.
Me too.
That sounds awesome. And-
I gotta get a strap for my camera though, because I don't have
Oh,
a camera
I have.
strap. Can you imagine it just
Yeah.
flying off the roller coaster?
I might have a strap. But I
Okay.
think I do at home. We'll see.
There you go.
Anyway. Okay. Great. Looking forward to it.
Me too.
So, actually, what was really funny is when she said she hadn't photographed twins before, the first shot I thought of in her portfolio was the butt shot. And actually, for me, the butt shot fits Coney Island perfectly because it's conjoined twins in Coney Island and circus folk and whatever. There aren't really like twin models. I mean, there are. Some exist, but it's very, very hard to access. So about a year and a half ago, I shot in a beautiful location. I shot this editorial called Duality. And what I did is I had my camera on a tripod, and I'd photograph the model in one outfit, keep it on a tripod, have her change, and then put her in another outfit. And so it looked like twins and whatnot. I'm pretty sure I'll do that again. You know, that same thing. I think, though, I'm going to do the same outfits. And so I'm just going to shoot on a tripod and have them 2 times in the scene. I don't know if I'll do anything more profound, like more dramatic than that. Because a lot of times in fashion photography, too much can be too much. You know, if you're doing the twins and the matching and the location. And so maybe, I mean, I would be fine just doing even something where they're kind of standing stark side by side, mirrored, where the background isn't mirrored, but there's 2 of them, so it's clear that there's twins. I don't know, something like that. I really don't know what other direction to go besides the fact that I know I'll shoot on a tripod. Maybe I'll try conjoined, like maybe joined at the dress, like have the dress floof out and the bottoms connected. So they're twins, but they're like actually connected, but this time by their clothes instead of by their body. I think that's the direction I'm probably going to go, something to that effect. So we'll see. I think my direction for my wardrobe stylist is going to be different than all the other times. Usually I tell her, this is what I'm looking for. This time I think I'm going to say, well, pull something cool. You know, what can you find that's cool? And then I'll look at that and see, okay, I've got twins and I've got whatever this dress is. I do want a dress, you know. So say twins and a dress and then see where that morphs to. And then as far as Coney Island, I'm just gonna have to get there and see what I can shoot that doesn't involve the rain. So it might not even show Coney Island in any way, shape, or form because I'm looking outside now and it's pouring. So, and that's often what I do on a shoot. I'll have a theme and then one other thing. And I try to figure out, okay, the theme and the location, what do I think of? Or the theme in that dress, what do I think of? And that's what I'm gonna do today. See what I've got for a dress, show up and see how I can make it work in the location.
So for twins, I'm gonna try something that I have no idea if it's gonna work. And I was really hesitant to do that because I thought I could go with something safe. And when Lindsay mentioned the butts, I thought I could do that again. But then I don't want to just do something again because I know it's gonna work. I mean, even in this situation where, you know, I have to like have all of you guys watching and I want to do something that's going to be good and have you learn from it, I want to do something also that's going to push me because I think that if I am motivated and excited and doing something different that I'm clearly struggling with it, then that's at least going to be motivational to, you know, encourage other people to do the same. So that's my goal today, is to just try to do something different. So I'm going to do something with these two models that I have. They're beautiful and they look a lot alike. And so I'm going to, this is extremely hard to describe, so I'm going to move my body in strange ways. But I'm going to have one in front, so pretend I'm the model in front. Okay, one is directly behind. So I'm going to have her sort of hiding her arm like this, with the other one's arm coming from behind, having her head moved out to the side with the other one putting her head in, and just sort of distorting them in a way that looks like they're one body joined together. And I don't have it totally worked out yet because I haven't done it yet with anybody. I tried to practice with myself and obviously that wasn't working. So we're gonna see how far they can contort together, and then I'm gonna try something on the roller coaster if it's running. And for that one, I'm hoping to get them each like an ice cream or something that you could safely take on a roller coaster that you could hold that's very childish, maybe teddy bears or something like that. And then just as we're going over the top hill, shoot up. So I'll be in the front car, they'll be towards the back, and then shoot them against the sky and have the roller coaster in the foreground. And so that'll be my goal for that one.
Please don't rain while we do that, 'cause that'd be amazing to see.
You'll have to ride too. I'll be in like the third car, and then you guys will all be in the cars before that, and everybody will be like this backwards on the roller coaster. It would be awesome. Yeah. But yeah, I fully plan on embracing the rain today and getting wet and muddy and, you know, perhaps going barefoot, and we'll see how it goes. And I'll see if I can find a trash bag for my camera, and I'm sure it'll be fine. I don't have umbrellas or anything, but I'm sure we can find some way to stay dry.
So today's theme is twins. And all I know, well, okay, the only thing I know is we're at Coney Island, I told you that, and we're not going to be shooting out like in the rain because that's not going to work, which I know you're very happy about. When I told her that we were going to have to shoot in Coney Island, and she's like, not in the rain. No, what are we going to do about these hurricanes?
I make it worse.
She's like, the hurricanes, we're going to get wet, it's going to be horrible. Yeah, because you're very dramatica. Dramatica? Okay. All right, let me see this. Okay, so the one thing that I know is I got a picture of the dress. Lisa sent me that this is what we're gonna work with.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a lot of fabric, pleats, big shape.
Color,
So,
black and another color. What
You
is
remember?
this color?
It's just black. Do you know that shoot that we did at the Metropolitan Building, the duality, like the two girls? Okay, so I'm gonna have the camera on a tripod. I'm gonna shoot the one girl until I find the perfect frame. Like I got like what I like it, and I'll lock it down on a tripod, and then I'll move her and shoot it again. So I'll put the two together, just like we did in duality. This is the shoot that we did like
Beautiful.
a year and a half ago. Yeah, one of my favorites.
Yeah, me too.
So that idea. So for hair and makeup, I have no idea what to tell you. What do you think?
I guess we've been very funky and fun the whole week. And I guess we can turn everything a little down this time
Okay.
and just make a beautiful and timeless.
Okay.
Because with the type of shoot you're gonna do today, gonna be just beautiful.
Okay.
And the location is a location that always gonna be there, that people gonna remember. So I think we should do just a beautiful piece today, a beautiful, gorgeous.
So no painting models again.
No,
No,
they're
okay.
gonna be just a very porcelain skin. Maybe we can spice it up a little bit in the hair and just keep it beautiful.
Okay. Sounds great with me. Yeah, and I agree because if you go too much dress and
Too mu-
location
yes,
and
I-
hair, and, yeah.
Plus the rain.
But okay, so I knew that it was raining, and that produces a big challenge for me for a couple of reasons. First of all, the dress that we had was by a designer that how it works, the kind of high-end pieces, designers usually only make one because that high-end piece is used to be more of a statement piece for their collection. It's expressing their vision, it's expressing it kind of represents the rest of their collection, or what their ready to wear line means, like the clothing they might make for the average person. But because they put so much time into it, so many man hours, beautiful material, and there's only one, that makes it worth thousands of dollars, like very, very expensive. So I was told by my wardrobe stylist that it would be the end of the world if the dress got wet. She actually had to leave her credit card, a swipe of her credit card, when they found out that we were going to be going to Coney Island in case it got ruined. So long story short, I respect my wardrobe stylist, I respect that designer. I can't get this wet. And it's this big, beautiful dress with all these pleats and a ton of movement. And when my wardrobe stylist showed me originally, I was like, we have to shoot that. I loved it. And I'd love to be able to shoot it again. So another reason not to burn the bridge. So love the dress, but I knew I couldn't get it wet. And the other reason is you have the model, and she has her hair and makeup done. The second she steps out in the rain, it's just gonna melt all over her face. So can't do that. So I get there, and when we first get off of the van, I'm looking around and it's only sprinkling a little. Not too bad. So I'm like, all right. So I scouted around and I saw some cool structures and I'm thinking, all right, so I'll shoot her, maybe interacting with herself. I would do a composite, put her interacting with herself against a bald sky with these structures in the background. So do dramatic shapes and maybe mimicking that and things like that. And I'm looking for leading lines and the puddles down the boardwalk. And then we go and get the model and we bring her to the place that I found that was dry for her to change, which was this overhang near the bathrooms. And the second that she gets there, it's torrential downpour. Like downpour, like rain going sideways. I mean, I got texted by a couple friends, be careful, flash flood warning. And it was kind of a flash flood. So I'm like, all right, well, I can't take her out there. And so it's this this overhang where there's a ton of cops, which I'm wondering why. And part of the reason I think why there's a lot of homeless people around. So we were trying to figure out, okay, where can we shoot that we don't get wet, that we don't have less than attractive backgrounds. And so the first shot, I moved her up towards the edge of the overhang. And so the reason I did that is when you move her up towards the edge of the overhang, you don't get that mixed light. In the overhang, there were tungsten lights, and so that was on her face, not a good light quality. So I moved her up towards the edge, which was great because what it is, it's an overhang, which blocks off overhead light, gets rid of the highlights on her nose and the shadows in her eyes, and it makes all the light frontal, okay? So from the overhead gray overcast sky and the reflections off the sidewalk, and so it's really glowing, beautiful light. The problem was it was raining sideways in. And even though she was maybe, 10 feet back, she was still getting wet. So that wasn't working. We had her standing on a reflector so that it wouldn't get the bottom of the dress wet. Well, I'm looking around and I'm trying to figure out what to do. And so I moved her to the other side because the wind was blowing the opposite way. So it wasn't actually blowing in that way. So we were good. I was getting good light on her face. So my first thought was trying to figure out how to compose it, to try to get some of the white from the other side of the building behind her. So it'd be easy to cut out, maybe composite, put it on a background that had some things for Coney Island in, but there was no way I could really get an angle where I would have that. walking up, and luckily the structure of that bathroom area was actually pretty cool. Had some arched ceilings, pretty graphic in shape. So I got down on the floor, laid on my back, getting absolutely soaking wet from the rain. And I tried 2 lenses. I used the 24-70 Sigma and then the Sigma 12-24. So I was trying to shoot really, really wide angles. The reason is twofold. When I'm shooting that wide and looking up, I could actually see some of the structure, the interesting shapes at the top of the building. So that helped me have a more dynamic, more interesting image. But the other reason is I could get really close to her. And as she moved the dress and kind of moved it around me, it'd make the dress look billowing and huge, almost swallowing the camera. So I shot that because I needed to get some sort of image to work with. And actually, the light's beautiful on her face. The movement of the dress is beautiful. The location is okay. You know, there's some interest in the background. And so the mystery part is the twins part of that. You know, I'm not quite sure what to do. I'm pretty sure what I'm going to do is composite so that she's maybe next to herself, maybe a little bit behind herself. Take a couple different poses. I did shoot some where she was a little bit further in the background so I could put her in a scene, or I maybe will just mirror the entire scene and try cropping it like that. I'm not really honestly sure, but I was just trying to get a decent image when I had to shoot in a bathroom.
I felt especially bad for Lindsay on this shoot, I have to admit, because I don't feel bad for her very often because she gets this cushy studio to shoot in. But on this shoot in particular, she was stuck like right outside the bathrooms. Which was really gross and not very attractive. But she had an expensive dress, so there was nothing that she could do. She had to keep it dry, and that was one of the only places she could have gone to get that shot. So just given, you know, the time that we had and what we had available, I think she made the most of it. And I saw her shots and they were beautiful. And I feel like a broken record because every shot that Lindsay takes is a beautiful shot. But it was, and she was able to manipulate the light in such a way that it looked sort of glowing behind the model, and the shapes that were created from the dress were gorgeous. And she was explaining a little bit of her process, what she might do to the pictures, and it sounds like it's going to be really dynamic. So I'm very excited to see. The whole entire park was closed off, so we all started walking down the boardwalk and towards the beach and just sort of took a look at what was available to us. So I broke off and went location scouting in an opposite direction from Lindsay to make sure that we would have separate locations to shoot at. And as we were walking, one of the APs, Gabriel, found sort of signs pointing to the office manager for the park. So we ended up finding an open gate, and we went inside the park and knocked on some doors, called a few numbers, found who was in charge of taking pictures and all that stuff. We talked to the guys in there, and they were so nice, but they said that it'll cost $1,000, and the guy who orchestrates it is not here.
Dang.
Yeah, but we tried, and they were super nice. So I'm just gonna like quickly steal some stock shots of the roller coaster and stuff, and hopefully composite that into my final image.
Cool.
But what I ended up doing anyways was going back outside the park and pulling over a trash can and tipping it upside down. And then I had one of the frame crew stand up on the trash can, and then I got on his shoulders. So I was up really, really tall, and then I shot over a fence to capture the roller coaster that I had wanted to photograph. So after I photographed the roller coaster, I knew that I had a clean plate shot so that it was just a blank shot with no one in it. So from there, I matched the angle and I photographed my models from the angle at which I shot the roller coaster. So hopefully I can composite those girls into the roller coaster and make it look like they're standing on the roller coaster tracks. So that is my goal in this shot, is to still have that Coney Island feel to it, but it's not going to actually have happened the way that it looks. So I did that shoot, and that was fun, very, very simple. Just had the girls standing, holding hands, not holding hands, a couple different things. And then from there, we went down to the ocean, and I did a shot that I don't know if it's gonna work out, but I hope it does. And this is a shot that I had planned, and that was sort of creating a conjoined twins look, where I had one girl standing behind the other one, and had their body parts sort of mixed together to look like the same person. And that will also require some compositing, but not nearly as heavy as the first one. But it's the first one that I'm more excited for because it was pretty much what I had hoped to achieve, but in a way that I did not think I would have to achieve it. So all in all, it was a really good day. And I know that we had just a blast getting soaked through to the bone. We were all dripping wet by the end of it and frigidly cold. And one of the models got glass in her foot, which was not good. But that ended up creating a lot of blood all over my dress that she was wearing, and now it looks even better. So yeah, it was a fantastic day, and I'm really, really excited about everything. I decided to run down to the beach, and when I ran down to the beach, I got a separate shot, which is one that I had been planning the whole time, just with a different background. So it ended up being just as good, I think. I don't know if it's going to turn out exactly. It was a really difficult image to do, but at least I got one that I'm really excited about, and if I got nothing, then I had a really fun day. My ear. Hi everyone, Brooke, Shaden here. We can't fit everything into our episodes, so head over to the Pro Download section and you can check out tutorials and extra content that's available for download.